Today if you listen to any climate conversation, it's all about electric vehicles, hydrogen trucks, new fuels, future technologies. And don't get me wrong, those are important. That is the future. But let me ask you something very simple. What about the millions of diesel engines that are running right now? I'm talking about the trucks moving your Amazon packages, the buses carrying people to work, the machines mining raw materials, the ships moving global trade, the diesel generators keeping hospitals, data centers, factories running. These engines are not optional. They are the backbone of our economy. And the uncomfortable truth is, you can't just snap your fingers and replace them. That's why I often say this line, and I say it very deliberately. The energy transition will fail if it ignores what already exists. Because climate action is not only about what we build next, it's also about what we do with the massive infrastructure that's already here. And this is where the blind spot is. While we are all looking at the horizon, dreaming about the future, the engines that actually power the global economy are running today, every hour, every minute. Logistics, construction, mining, marine, backup power. These are assets designed to last 20, 30, sometimes 40 years. They are expensive. They are deeply embedded into how the world works. So replacement is not realistic in the short or medium term. For a long time, the industry tried to clean these engines. And the intent was right. The focus was on local air pollution, smoke, soot, particulates that affect human health. Regulators stepped in and companies installed advanced after-treatment systems, DPFs, SCRs, scrubbers. On paper, it looked like progress. But here's where things get interesting and honestly troubling. By focusing only on what comes out of the exhaust, we missed what was happening inside the system. These systems clean the exhaust after combustion, but they don't fix the combustion itself. And that created a hidden climate penalty. First, these systems increase exhaust back pressure. The engine has to work harder. That means more fuel burned. Second, they periodically regenerate, basically burning off collected soot. That again consumes fuel. And third, and this is the part most people don't talk about, they can produce nitrous oxide, N2O. Now, N2O is not NOx, it's a greenhouse gas, and its global warming potential is about 273 times that of CO2. So when you add everything up, extra fuel burn, regeneration cycles, and N2O, the total climate impact can actually increase. In some real-world cases, when you calculate it properly, the net CO2 equivalent impact can be up to 20 to 22% higher than what anyone accounted for. That's not a small rounding error. That's a massive problem hiding in plain sight. And to be very clear, this wasn't bad intention. Cleaning air pollution was absolutely necessary. The problem was an engineering gap. We solve one problem in isolation without looking at the full system, from fuel tank to tailpipe. And when the problem is an engineering gap, the solution is better engineering. That's where we at SGT decided to flip the question. For decades, the industry asked, how do we clean emissions better? We asked something else. Why accept a bad, messy burn in the first place? Instead of downstream correction, we focused on upstream prevention. Instead of cleaning emissions after combustion, we asked, can we improve the combustion itself? That question changed everything. At SGT, we spent years experimenting, testing, failing, learning, first in labs, then on real trucks, buses, generators, marine engines. What we learned was this: hydrogen, when used carefully and precisely, can dramatically improve diesel combustion. Not as a fuel replacement, not stored, not dangerous, but as a combustion enhancer. Our hydrogen fuel assist technology introduces on-demand controlled hydrogen inside the engine. This improves flame speed, fuel-air mixing, and combustion completeness. The result? Less diesel burned, cleaner combustion, lower particulates, lower CO2, and critically, no N2O penalty. We're not masking emissions, we're preventing them. Across real-world deployments on trucks, buses, generators, marine engines, we see 3 to 20% fuel savings, over 50% particulate reduction, and a real verifiable CO2 equivalent reduction. All other emissions see a significant drop. And when you compare this upstream approach with conventional downstream systems, the difference is stark. When you account for hidden penalties, the CO2 E-swing can be over 40%. That's the difference between cosmetic compliance and true decarbonization. Now, technology alone is not enough. We realized very early that even the best technology fails if it's delivered the wrong way. That's why SGT is not a hardware or a software company. We are a sustainability infrastructure company. Our infrastructure is delivered through 3 integrated pillars. Green Mentor, our consulting ecosystem that assesses assets, designs decarbonization pathways, and enables rapid practical adoption, and in future, linking the benefits with carbon credits. Green Labs, our engineering and innovation arm responsible for R&D, manufacturing, and deployment of proprietary decarbonization solutions. Green Vision, our IoT-driven data and analytics platform that continuously monitors performance, verifies emission reduction, and provides audit-ready reporting. These 3 elements work together like perfectly aligned gears in motion. Together, these pillars convert sustainability intent into measurable, scalable, and defensible climate impact. Green Labs delivers our industry-specific decarbonization solutions. Green Drive for engines on wheels, Green X for diesel generators, and Green Marine for marine applications. All solutions are deployed through our decarbonization as a service through DaaS. Customer benefits with no large upfront capex, no performance risk on the customer, no complexity. We design the intervention, we deploy it, we monitor it continuously using our Green Vision IoT platform. We verify the impact, we stand behind the outcomes. Customers don't buy a box, they consume verified emission reduction, often at a cost lower than the fuel they save, making sustainability a profitable outcome. That's how decarbonization scales. And that brings me to the bigger picture. The energy transition doesn't start in a lab. It doesn't start with future vehicles alone. It starts inside the engines already running. At SGT, our job is to make that journey honest, real, and manageable. Not theoretical, not disruptive, not decades away. Now.